Father Ken Barker from the Missionaries of God's Love. Last time I left you with the question, what holds you back from receiving God's love? In my experience, one of the big things that holds us back is shame and guilt, where we can look back on our lives and feel that I'm unworthy because of what I've done in my life and the sin that I've committed, that somehow or other I'm not worthy of being beheld as beautiful by God. But that's not how the Lord sees it. We need to be able to open it up in a new way to discover how God sees us. And a story to help with that, there was a young woman who was getting married. It was her wedding day, and she had a beautiful white gown on, and she was at the family home getting dressed up and everything, and about to jump into the car with her father to go to the ceremony. Just before she got into the car, someone said, "Oh, you want to taste a piece of the cake?" Because they had sort of a taster of the cake there. And she said, "Oh yes." So she tasted the cake, and she didn't notice that some of the cake dropped down onto her gown, causing quite a stain. And so when they jumped into the car, and Dad was there, he didn't notice the stain. And they got to the door of the church. Now, inside the church, there was the mother of the bride and of course, the groom waiting at the front. And she comes to the front of the church, and the bells are ringing, and she's coming down the aisle, and the organ's singing. And all of a sudden, the mother of the bride turns around and looks, and she says, "Oh my God, she's covered with cake!" But you know, the bridegroom didn't even see the stain. He was just looking at his beautiful bride. And that's how the Lord looks upon you. Yes, he knows the stain is there, but he sees his beautiful one, and you are acceptable to him. Your behavior may not have been acceptable, but you are acceptable to him. And when we begin to get these eyes of the Lord upon us in this way, it makes all the difference. It's good that we know the merciful eyes of Jesus. You know the eyes of Jesus when he looked at the adulterous woman when she was thrown before him and they were ready to stone her because she had been caught committing adultery. According to the Mosaic law, she was to be stoned. And then Jesus is just writing on the ground, probably writing their sins, who knows? And he says, "Let the one who's without sin cast the first stone." And they all went away one by one. And he's left with the woman. And then she sees his eyes, his non-condemning eyes, his accepting eyes, his eyes that behold her as beautiful even though her behavior has not been. And he says to a woman, "Where are they?" And she said, "There's no one here, Lord." And he said, "Neither do I accuse you. Go sin no more." What beautiful words from the heart of Jesus. Neither do I accuse you. There's no condemnation in the heart of Jesus. He wants us to repent of our sin. Go sin no more. But his acceptance of her as a person gives her the power within her to be able to go and sin no more, because she knows she's got the grace of his love upon her. It's only by his mercy that any of us are here in the first place. So we trust in the mercy of God. We trust in his love, his unconditional love for each one of us, and the way he beholds each one as his beautiful creation, even when we've marred it by our sin. And he wants us to come back to him with all our hearts and bless his name. And maybe the challenge for you is, what is holding you back? Is it some shameful thing in your life? Is there some guilt-ridden moment that you still look upon and ponder and it worries you at night? What is the Lord saying to you?